On Beautiful People today, my guest is one of Hindi cinema's bright new stars. She's 2 films old and you're going to see quite a bit of her this year. In fact, there are 2 films lined up for release by the time the year is over. I'm talking about Sonam Kapoor. She's my guest. Sonam, welcome to Beautiful People.
Thank you for having me.
Sonam, quickly run us through the 2 films that we're going to see. One is I Hate Love Stories and Aisha. Run us through the 2 films.
Well, I Hate Love Stories is produced by Dharma Productions. It's directed by Puneet Malhotra and it's starring opposite Imran Khan. It's a romantic comedy and it's a feel-good film.
Right.
And Aisha is produced under the banner of PVR Cinemas and AKFC, which is my father's production company. And it is produced by my sister Riya Kapoor. It's starring Abhay Deol opposite me, and it's based on Jane Austen's Emma.
How are you picking your films?
Well, if I like the script, I pick the good script. I read the script. If I like the story, if I like my character, if I feel the director has a vision, then I go for it.
You're working on some other films as well, right?
Yes,
even as these 2 get ready to release.
Yes.
And how is the Hindi film industry looking at someone like you? By that I mean, what are the kind of roles, what is the kind of work that's coming your way?
Well, surprisingly, I have never gotten a role which is similar to the one which I've done before. I'm fortunate, obviously, because of that. I started off with Sakina, then I got Bittu, which is Savarya and Delhi 6, for those who don't know, and then I did an Aisha, and in which I played I play a quintessential upper middle class spoiled brat, and then I have Simran, who is a middle class girl who comes from Juhu, not even from, and now I'm playing Ayat in Mausam, and I have Thank You, in which I play a married woman. So there are different roles, you know. I don't know how people are looking at me and what they see in me, but I know there's a quality that a couple of people have remarked on, is where they feel I look different in every space or in every magazine shoot that I do, and they feel that I have a chameleon-like quality, which is a huge compliment for an actor.
You started your career as a director. Everybody knows that famous story by now, isn't it? That you were assisting Sanjay Leela Bhansali, and you were a fat girl, and you were
you can call it that.
Yeah, you were an assistant director. You know, and obviously I've read it, and most people know this story, that he saw you and he says, but you should be acting. And then eventually he did offer you Savarya and you did it. But don't you require 2 totally different approaches to be in front of camera and to be behind the camera?
Well, it's a part of filmmaking, movie making, direction and acting. I mean, it's acting is creating as well, except you're creating, you're using your body as a tool to create something. It's like dancing. You're saying a story with who you are as a character, discovering the character. It's just a different medium. I mean, painting, dancing, acting, directing, writing, they're all creative.
No, I'm not denying that actors can be creative or are creative, but the thing is that it's a different kind of creativity. As an actor, you're an exhibitionist, isn't it? You are, or you need to accept that you are an exhibitionist, isn't it?
I hope I'm not streaking down the street soon. That's exhibitionist.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Well, you're playing a role, and you're not playing yourself, so you're actually not an exhibitionist.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah, because that's not who you are, right? You're not.
Do you think Hindi movies really allow you a chance to be anybody else?
I haven't played myself yet.
You haven't played yourself yet?
No, obviously I mean, every art form has a reflection of who you are. That's why painters paint. I mean, it's every art form. Every director will direct a film, and it's his voice, right? It's always going to be my voice, but it's me creating different characters through my voice.
Did you have to change the way you approach things as a result of moving your interest from being maybe a director someday to an actor today?
I was 17. I didn't really think of it that much when I was 17 years old. You know, I was very young, and I was quite arrogant, and I thought that acting, I mean, actors are puppets and directors are puppeteers, and I'd rather be the puppeteer than the puppet.
That changed.
That changed is in the fact that I mean, it took Sanjay a year to convince me to be a part of his film. And when I did start acting, or when I faced the camera, I realized that that was my calling, because there's a different energy and a different power to it. And it's beautiful. It's like being a soloist, you know, a performer, and making music. It's almost like making music. And there's I don't know, I have a passion for it. And
loving every minute.
I love every minute of it. So I mean, it wasn't that difficult. I would love to make films because I like telling stories. But I think I'll make films as a writer, not as a director, because I can't be the captain of the ship. I'm not much of a leader.